Hello, my name is Rebecca Celeste. I'm 5'7" and I'm located in the DMV area.
Was the hope drunk, wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would like the poor cat in the adage? What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it then, you were a man, and to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipples from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I sworn to as you have done to this. But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail.
I came home. I was early, and there he was. Or there should I say was his bare ass, because that's all I could see. That and her legs wrapped around his back. Actually, they were way up, around his neck. And I remember thinking, what's Richard doing fucking a gymnast on top of my grandmother's dining room table? I actually stood there marveling at their flexibility. Mary Lou saw me first. Oh my God, Richard, Richard! He turns, he sees. Lots of silence, lots of fumbling for clothing no one can find. He tries to apologize. He tries to make it my fault. He tries to get me to slap him, hit him, hate him. All I want to do is to check the condition of my grandmother's table. She leaves. I go into the kitchen. I come back out with some furniture polish, and I make what I thought was the love of my fucking life. Polish that table till it shines. The next morning, I put it out on the street, and it's gone in 30 minutes, as is he. Crossfade. 2 weeks later, I'm in my corner market, and Richard walks in with her. I say, Richard. He says, Annie. I say, what are you doing here? He says, picking up a few things. I can't resist. You mean besides her? She calls me a bitch. Heads turn. The kid behind the counter looks up. I turn to Richard and I say, why? All I want is a reason why. And he looks at me and he says, because you care too much in a world that doesn't give a shit anymore. And I stand there in the middle of that market, and for the first time in my life, I can't think of a thing to say. So I run. Out of my market, out of my neighborhood, out of my life as I know it. I end up at my local U-Haul outlet where I rent a truck. for the first time in my life, pack up everything I own and start driving around the city in circles until I come upon this sign, apartment for rent, which I do. After being told how lucky I am